So, welcome to this part of part 2, which is turning on and shutting down a computer. Well, we have different type of computer designs, but then every computer design has something we call a power button. There's always a symbol in the power button that makes us identify it as yes, this is a power button. Now, most times you need that power button to turn it off. Like the power button symbol can be found in many, maybe televisions, many of all these. Most devices has a power button. I identify that okay, yes, this is where the power button is. But then when it comes to a computer, how can we, using the word properly, shut down or turn on the computer? Well, turning on is easy. You just hit the power button and it comes on. But then shutting down is where it's very important to understand. Shutting down properly. So, how do we shut down properly? For every computer, we always have here we call the taskbar. That long bar that is by default is always under your monitor or your window entirely. So for the type of Windows version you are using, the type of operating system you are using, mine is Windows 10. So you'll be having a button which is called the start button on the bottom left, which is always a squared Windows button. You know the Windows logo. It's always a squared Windows logo. Then for Windows 11, it's always at the center, so to say, of your window. So that button, you hit that button, you should be able to find three given options that will be very, very similar to what I'll have now. So when you hit that button, you see the actual power button. You hit that power button, mine I get power. Yours may be different, but for those using Linux or yes, Linux, it should be different. But for Windows, they are closely very similar. So when you hit that power button, you should see three similar options irrespective of the Windows you are using. You should get shut down, you should get restart, and most times you get sleep or hibernate. So when you are properly shutting down, you need the shutdown button. Now the question now is, why do I need to hit the shutdown button? Why not just hit the power button the same way I did it when I'm turning it on? Now this is the simple explanation. Every time your system starts, some few system files are starting in order for your system to run properly, which means those programs that are starting are working in the background to make sure your system works properly. So when you start your system, a process is not that fast, except your system is fast, but still some programs are starting up step by step to make sure the system runs properly at the background, so whatever you see in the front end is functioning properly. So when you shut down, you are simply telling the system that those process roll back those process step by step, so until the system shuts down. So that is why we need to properly shut down the computer. Take for example a car engine. For you to turn off the engine of a car, no one will simply just advise you that when you're on motion, you just turn off the ignition. A lot of things are going to get damaged in that car engine. So that is why you have to stop, brake, go off gear, then turn off the ignition. The same when you're starting a car too, there's always a process. Sometimes you turn off the car. Most mechanics will advise you, allow the car run so oil will go round and flow round. Then before you can decide to start moving. Some even go to the extent of saying, check this, check this, check this. So for a computer too, there are processes that are going on every time you hit that power button. They keep starting and starting until it gets to your Windows. The same way you are shutting down, when you shut down properly, you are properly rolling back this process until when the system actually turns off. So that is the importance of shutting down. And if you are the type that have the habit of shutting down your system once in a day, you are literally extending the life of your system and making sure your system at the end of the day keep serving you, let me call it that way. So extending the life of your system is very, very important if you have the habit of shutting down at least once in a day. So that ends the segment of saying turn off and turn off a computer properly. So we'll be moving to the next segment, which is actually difference between desktop and laptop. So we'll move into that segment. stay tuned. If you have any question on the part of turning off and turning off your computer, feel free to comment or ask your questions, and details will be given to you accordingly.